Today we're going to talk about linear equations in the slope-intercept form. The slope-intercept form of a line is written in the code language y equals mx plus b. We need to break this down to see which numbers represent the slope and which represent the y-intercept in this formula. This equation will draw a line that is straight, and it will cross the y-axis at some point. The point at which our line crosses the y-axis is known as the y-intercept. Let's use this equation as our example. It says that y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. The m in this formula is represented by a negative 2/3, and this number represents the slope or the steepness of the line. This negative portion of the slope gives us the direction of the slope, which can be either positive or negative. The b in this formula is equivalent to the 2, and it is equivalent to the y-intercept, abbreviated INT. It is located at 0.02 on the y-axis, although we were only going to use the 2, and it is describing the location of our graph. So it is important that you understand the steepness of the graph, the direction, and location of the graph. But Mr. Meyer, what do the x and y represent here? And I'm so glad you asked. They are any ordered pair that would occur on this line, any generic pair. Our first task is to try to find out what numbers represent the slope, which is m, and the y-intercept and b in these equations. In our first example, y equals 3x plus 4. The m, or slope, is represented by a 3. Could be also called 3/1. The y-intercept will be a 4 in this case, or a plus 4. I would like you to try the rest, and then we'll check. In equation number 2, the slope is 1/3, the y-intercept is plus 6. In equation 3, the slope is negative 1/2, and the y-intercept is plus 3/4. And in equation 4, the slope is 3/7, and the y-intercept is negative 10. Our next task is to write or name the equation of the line, if they give us only the slope and y-intercept, as numbers. In our first example, we are given m equals 3, b equals 4, and they are asking us to write the equation of the line. To do this problem, we're going to substitute or replace the 3 for the m and the 4 for the b. And when we do that, we get an answer y equals 3x plus 4. I will do the second example for you. And in this case, we substitute the 2/3 for the m and the minus 4 for the b. Notice, to do this successfully, you do not have to change the x or the y at all. Now I'd like you to do examples 3 and 4, and we'll check. In the third example, the answer would be substituting a negative 5 and a plus 7, so it's y equals negative 5x plus 7. In the last example, number 4, substitutes in as y equals negative 8x minus 3. The next step for us is, if I give you a line like this, can you write the equation of the line, which is the same thing as naming the line? We always begin with the framework for a line, which is y equals mx plus b, and we need to find a number for m and for b. So we can start with, if you want, finding the y-intercept, which is called b. And to do that, we look at the graph to determine where our line crosses the y-axis, and is right here. So I'm going to place a dot right here at the y-intercept, which is the point 0, 1, which equals b. We're actually only going to use the number 1 when we write the formula. So let's write the formula. Y equals mx plus b. And we just found the number for b, which will be 1. We'll go right there. So now we've satisfied the requirement for finding b. We now have to find the m, or the slope. So to find the slope, we're going to use the rise and run, making our triangle. And we can begin at the y-intercept and then find the next fixed point, one which is right on the crosshair. So we can draw a triangle that goes up from this point, which it goes up 2 spaces here, and across 1. So this is a rise of 2 and a run of 1, which means our slope is 2 over 1, which is the same thing as 2. That says or 2. And we know that the y-intercept is 1. Now we'll substitute. With the slope being 2, we merely fill in the rest of the equation. Y equals 2 times x plus 1. And we have our answer. Voila. This is the name of that line, or the equation of that line. Let's do this one together. The y-intercept equals a negative 2, and that is the b. A sloped triangle can be colored in between these 2 points. It rises 2 and runs 1. So the slope, or m, is 2 over 1 or 2. And when we substitute 2 for m and negative 2 for b, we have the equation y equals 2x minus 2. In this case, the y-intercept equals plus 4, and the slope rises 2 and runs 4. But aren't we supposed to do something with that fraction? One thing you can do is simplify it into 1/2, and you should not forget that this is a negative slope, because it does not look like positive. So we substitute negative 1/2 for slope and plus 4 for y-intercept, and those represent m and b respectively to get the equation y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. And in our last case, the y-intercept, or b, can be found at the point 2 on the y-axis, and a sloped triangle can be found there, where the rise is 2 and the run is 1. So m equals 2 over 1 or 2. So when we substitute for m and b, we have y equals 2x plus 2. So now you know all there is to know about y equals mx plus b.